And there it is. There it is, guys. Welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Disney has officially lost control of Reedy Creek. Way to go.
It's not going to be Reedy Creek anymore.
It's not going to be Reedy Creek. They're going to rename it. The state of Florida is taking it over. And again, this is the result of Disney getting political and getting into it with the governor of Florida and Florida pushing back. And the thing is, though, is that Disney's not going to fight it.
No, they're already, the president of Disney World's already like, oh, I can't wait to work together.
Yeah, right? He's already, like, I mean, this is the first thing that came to mind,
I, for one, welcome our insect overlords.
Yeah, but in this case, like, look, Disney's had way too many perks for way too long. And it's really interesting, though, in all this, like, Iger's not really getting involved. This was an F-up on Bob Chapek's.
Well, he probably doesn't want to be tarnished by it.
No, and I'll be completely honest. If Bob Iger was CEO, I don't think it would have gotten to this point because...
Well, he knows how to schmooze and kiss ass.
Yes, Iger is... Look, Iger, in some ways, I think is worse than Bob Chapek as far as the politics goes, but at least he knows how to smooth talk and keep the peace for the most part. Even if they're doing shitty stuff, he's going to do it with a smile on his face and make sure that everybody else thinks everything's A-okay. He wouldn't have lost control of Reedy Creek. Before we get into the video any further, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, HelloFresh. Delicious recipes delivered right to your door. We can't recommend HelloFresh enough. We use it to save time. This is the HelloFresh box. We're going to show you what's inside of the box because I have no idea. Flauta Supreme with pico de gallo and lime cream. This is fancy food.
Here is the chicken.
What's in the bag?
Flour tortillas.
Okay.
Mexican brunch tomato.
One Roma tomato. Tex-Mex paste.
Paste. Southwest spice blend.
Sour creams and a lime.
Yeah, it's lime.
So we're gonna cook. Ooh, that smells good. Yeah. Rolling them up. Keep zesting.
I'm zesting.
He's zesting.
I'm zesting.
Looks pretty close. Use the code below and you can get some delicious food delivered to your door. HelloFresh's recipes are delicious. We actually subscribed because it was so good. It saves you time. We don't have time to shop. Do you have time to shop? And it's flexible and fits your lifestyle. You can pause your order or you can add different menu items. It's actually really, really cool. If you want to try HelloFresh, click the link below for 21 free meals plus free shipping. Again, check out the coupon code, check out the link in the description, in the comments. HelloFresh, can't recommend it enough. Thank you again for sponsoring this video. Let's get on with it. And that was never on the table before. As far as I know, it never came up before. It was just like, well, if you're going to push, we're going to push back.
The sad part is they removed special districts for a lot of people. Reedy Creek was just one of them. Because of this, the backlash from this, a lot of other special districts were removed.
Yeah,
so they're the only ones I think that are getting to keep theirs at this point, as far as I know. I'm not sure about that, but I know a lot of them lost their status.
So we're gonna talk about this, and yeah, I mean, people said it wasn't going to happen. There's no way it was going to happen. They can't do that. It's Disney. Disney's got the power of Mickey. The Mickey force field.
Let's be honest. Disney's got the money to buy people off. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. So, I mean, they were throwing their weight around. They're like, we're the largest employer in Florida. We're going to do what we want to do.
And they lost by, the votes. It was very much to the positive. Like, it wasn't like a close vote at all.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 292,000, almost 293,000 subs. Check out piratesandprincesses.net for objective Disney and theme park news. Also, check out the podcast. We're bringing the podcast back, the Pirates and Princesses podcast.
That's a funny picture. I didn't know you used that picture.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Okay, so previously, they met on Wednesday to see if the bill could move to the House.
Yes.
The bill moved to the. They agreed that the bill could move to the House. Then the House, the special committee agreed there. Then the special committee sent it over to the House. The House voted on it on Thursday, and it was overwhelming. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it was overwhelmingly
26.
That's a Senate.
Oh, okay.
The House has a lot more numbers, but it was another case of where it's like, there was like 100 and some to yes and like, nowhere near to no. So then it moved over to the Senate for the final vote, and it was 26-9.
So House Bill 9B will change the name of the special district from the Reedy Creek Improvement District to the new Central Florida Tourism Oversight Board.
They have 2 years to change the name.
That sounds very like ominous. Like, you must answer to the Central Florida Tourism Oversight Board, Mickey. They're going to call it the Dead Mouse Bill.
But you know what? No, it's not going to be that because I guarantee you.
Don't say Mickey.
Don't say.
Don't say Disney.
Don't say Reedy Creek. It's good. It's not going to go that way though, because Disney's already lining up to kiss their ass, and it's probably going to be, whoever gets appointed is probably going to suddenly get a nice little windfall, and they're not losing much because they're getting to keep their special the special district. I think they're still getting a lot of what they had before, but they can't put an airport or a nuclear power plant in there unless the new board decides they can.
Well, that's not fair.
But yeah,
that's just not fair.
I think the red tape, they're still going to get pushed through the red tape faster. There's a lot of things they're not going to lose over it. I mean, honestly, there isn't much of a difference other than there's 5 people that they don't vote in that gets appointed and approved by the Senate.
Yeah, that's
the difference. And to those people doesn't mean that they can't be on their side if given the right motivation.
Yes. So I mean, look, I'm with you. I don't think Disney would hand it over so quickly if they thought they were going to lose a lot.
Just this right here tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah, this is coming from Smiling Jeff here at Disney. Jeff, is it Valet?
I think it's Vale.
Vale. I don't know. They go through presidents at Disney World.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
They go through presidents like crazy.
Well, they put Josh D'Amaro in charge of where Chapek was, Parks and Resorts. But I think he might have been Parks and Resorts at one part too. I don't know. For more than 50 years, the Reedy Creek Improvement District has operated at the highest standards, and we appreciate all that the district has done to help our destination grow and become one of the largest economic contributors and employers in the state, making sure they get that in there. Mm-hmm. We are focused on the future, and we are ready to work within this new framework. And we will continue to innovate, inspire, and bring joy to the millions of guests who come to Florida to visit Walt Disney World each year.
And the millions more who'll come to see Mario.
Yeah. Well, they know they lost, so their new stance is we're gonna embrace it. But then they had to make sure they got in there that they were the biggest employer, and they had to make sure they got in there so guests know it's not going to impact guest experience, because guests were worried them losing their status was going to impact that, and it's not going to. And they had to make sure they got that in the statement, So that was like we're going to work with them, but don't worry, nothing changes for you. So keep coming to our parks statement.
Yeah, it's unknown. This is coming from Channel 9 here. It's unknown if the company has a deal worked out with the governor that still gives them a seat at the table. Again, there's something going on here. Money talks. Florida Republicans are celebrating a new era that gives DeSantis the power to appoint people to Reedy Creek's Board of Supervisors.
But there were Democrats who agreed too. They keep saying Republicans. Democrats voted. I believe that some of the Democrats in the different sections voted for it too.
Well, I mean, look, from that point of view, it's like you've got this corporation that has an inordinate amount of power in the state, and they can pretty much do whatever they want. It's like the Vatican. Like Disney had their own Vatican set up in Florida. And now I'm of two minds of this, because part of me is like, yeah, the state just kind of came in and seized it, didn't they? They just took it from them. But
well, interestingly enough, people asked about the Reedy Creek Fire Department, which is the fire department that services Walt Disney World. It was always paid for by Walt Disney World. Yep. There has been problems in the past where they have come forward saying they lacked manpower, they lacked equipment. We've had but one lady died because they couldn't get to her fast enough. I know there was a story about that.
Look at the Skyliner situation. How long did it take for them to get those people out of the Skyliner?
Yeah, and the Reedy Creek, I know the fire were trained on it. Like there was training photos. I posted it before. It might not have been this blog, but not been the other one. But they were being trained. So when it came down to it, though, I think the union people for the fire department were agreeing with the state.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. If Disney bankrolls that, and we know there's been some financial shuffling going, because Disney is not maintaining their attractions like they used to. They're cutting back on manpower. And I
know it's come up a couple times with the fire department specifically that they have asked for more help and better equipment, and they were basically told no.
So now it's the state's responsibility. So it might, as far as people getting the help they need, and the firefighters getting the help they need, they might actually be much better equipped now, because before it was dependent on whether or not Disney wanted to spend the money and the resources.
If they needed extra help, they had to call out other fire people to come in. But what was interesting to me was in another article, I don't have it here, but they said the union representative were siding with the state.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that does make sense because they actually probably will have a better shot.
Right. I know
want,
they were struggling, and there's been article after article, if you go out there and look, that they have complained and they've been calling out some of the issues, and they were hoping if they went to the media it would get resolved. And now this comes up and they're throwing their hats in with the state.
Yeah, so Democrats opposed the effort.
Not all of them. Most of them did.
Saying the party that normally supports small government voted in favor of a government takeover. That's where I'm of two minds of this, because normally my gut reaction is the state's coming in and just like seizing it.
And him being able to point is kind of like...
Yeah, right. But it's also like, Disney has had an inordinate amount of power in Florida. And look, I mean, make no mistake, if DeSantis didn't have his eye on the White House, I don't think this would have happened, because I think that, this is all, like we said before, a big pissing match. And he just wanted to be like, well, look what I can do. I can take Reedy Creek away.
To the corporations.
And that'll be a talking point for the election. He'll be like, well, look what I did.
I stood up to Disney.
I told woke Disney to go lay down and made Mickey my bitch. Ha 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 ha.
I don't think he's gonna say made Mickey my bitch, but okay.
That would be a great campaign slogan.
I made Mickey my bitch.
DeSantis 2024. I made Mickey my bitch. I'd get a lot of votes.
I'd sell a lot of shirts.
I'd sell a lot of shirts. So, CNN talking about grumpy DeSantis. DeSantis push for more control of Disney special district gets approval.
Thing is, they keep acting like, this is what gets me. They keep acting like, poor Disney. Disney's had far too much power. I mean, most companies don't get the power that was afforded to Disney. It was, whenever I hear about it, I was always surprised, because most states aren't going to allow something like this to go as far as Disney got to take it. Yeah. And it's just because they had money and they were the biggest employer, and they've had people, in their pockets. And I think I think Disney had too much power. They're still going to keep a lot of it, though. That's just the thing. They are going to keep a lot of it. It's just that they're going to have to go through this committee, this board.
So yeah, I mean, it's the other alternative was originally, and they mentioned here that they were going to dissolve it completely,
which would have put a lot of tax burden on taxpayers.
So I think it's a pretty decent compromise. Yeah. I mean, but again, none of this would have happened had Disney not fooled around and found out.
I agree.
And started pushing into politics and
when they started saying that they were gonna basically overturn stuff and use their money to do so, I don't think he would have bothered you at all until you basically challenged him, and he's just like, fine.
Yeah, fine. It's like your job in Florida is to build roller coasters and sell mouse ears. That's your job.
Your job isn't to dictate politics.
No.
And you don't have to agree with what he wants to put through or what he doesn't. I mean, a lot of people don't. But I think that Disney had taken this out. Take the parental rights education bill part out of it. Take Disney saying Chapek saying what he said out of it, and just going by the fact they had the special interest district. Most of the people that are fighting for it would have been like, "Oh hell no," the corporations shouldn't have that much control. Just like 2 or 3 years ago, most
people didn't know that Reedy Creek was the thing. They probably thought Reedy Creek was just the town,
or the fire
Disney
department
was
name,
fire department name or something. But it comes up a lot when you're at Disney World. Reedy Creek's on everything, but most people would have thought, well, that must be the county, or that must be the township, or it must be the whatever, not knowing the whole story of how it was set up, why it was set up, and the perks that Disney got from it. And yeah, most people would be like, why does this one company have damn Vatican down in Florida?
Well, it'd be funny if Disney had done what they wanted. They would be rallying for Disney to lose power, because they would have found it themselves and demanded that they lose their special district, because Disney shouldn't be allowed to have that kind of power. They don't protect people. They shouldn't be allowed to, you know what I mean? Under different circumstances, the people that are saying that Disney should keep their status would be arguing they should lose it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Disney, stuck their nose in any other thing, but took the opposite, like just imagine like gun control or something, like Disney decide, hey, yeah, I think everybody should have assault rifles. That'd be great. People are like, holy hell no.
Or if Disney had said the opposite on the parental right bill. Yeah. And then they would have been like, oh, hell no, we're going to take Disney down. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and then they would have been cheering for it. So if you take that out of it, most people would agree that Disney had too much power, and it wasn't a good situation.
No. So there it is, guys. They lost. Disney lost, but they're probably still going to win.
They are. They always win.
They always win. Sneaky mouse. We're going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.